Welcome back, guys. So today we got our masks on because we're here with Lucas. He's got his 2018 Model 3. I have my 2021 Model 3. Long range, standard range plus. We're going to go through the differences and really dive deep into a comparison of what the front looks like, what the details of the black look like, and especially that middle console difference. Is there a big difference? But we'll have to find out soon. But before I jump into that, if you guys can give me a like on this video, that would be tremendous for me. And if you enjoy it at the end of this video, please sub. But other than that, enjoy. Let me know if you have questions in the comments, and let's get this comparison underway. Okay, so to start off, let's get into the exterior of the car. Let's start with the exterior of the car. The Aero wheels. I get a lot of questions about the Aero wheels. What's the difference? Super glad Lucas joined us because here's the difference. Not very much. Aero wheels, they look a little more glossier on the 2018 than they do on the 2021. There's a slight difference in the hole where you put the air in. I can't remember the name of that, but there's a slight difference there. The Aero wheel, you can tell that it is a small circular hole for the 2021, and in the 2018 it is a kind of like a slot almost, and you can kind of check it out there. In the wheel itself, not the Aero Caps, the wheel itself is kind of the same. I really can't see the differences there. I'll put them side by side so you can really check them out, but nothing crazy. He has the nice wheel caps on there. I'm thinking about getting them, but I really like this new updated Aero wheel. Even though there's not a big difference in between the two of them, I think it's actually pretty nice. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. But to move on from the Aero wheels, let's move on to that exterior chrome delete. What's the differences there? What do you guys think? Because Lucas loved the chrome delete. He's looking actually to do the chrome delete himself, or hire somebody to do it. Here in Utah, there's a handful of places that actually do it fairly well. So he looked into doing it himself, and he doesn't really care to actually take the time to do so. But yeah, that's the chrome delete right here. I like the chrome delete. There's some people who don't really care for it. It is a satin finish, so just so you guys know, that satin finish, it kind of leaves some smudges there. I know the chrome does too, but I feel like it's easier to get away with the fingerprints with the chrome, but with the satin you can kind of see it a little bit more. Nothing crazy, but yeah. From the wheels, we will move over to the headlights. They look exactly the same. He's got the long range plus, so he does have the fog lights. The standard range does not have the fog lights. They're there, but they're just, you can't use them. So just so you guys know, it's not that big of a difference there. Obviously, we do definitely have the double pane in the front windows. I will throw up a video of him driving 75 on the freeway, and side by side, here is the difference of sound. To be honest with you, they're very, very similar. I feel like the sound is very similar, even though we have the double pane, is because we also have that heat pump. On the exterior of the car, I told him to turn on the climate controls, and I couldn't hear anything. As soon as I turned my climate controls on, you can really hear a fan. I was thinking it was the heat pump making a lot of noise, so that's probably the biggest difference there. So if you really care about it, the sound difference between the two cars isn't that big of a difference. I'm not sure if the double pane makes a huge difference anymore. The interior. So the interior in his 2018, I think they changed this in 2019. It's actually leather. And now we have that faux leather, that vegan leather. He's had his car for a few years, so you can see that it's definitely broken in. But my car has that faux leather. The steering wheel has those metal knobs again, and you can see maybe a little bit has rubbed off. You can see it's gotten a little bit smoother. But for me, obviously, because there are more of that metallic knobs on the steering wheel, they'll last longer. At least that's the intent. The steering wheel does feel different. It does feel thicker in my hands in the 2021 than it does in the 2018. Does that mean that there's heated steering wheel in the back? Possibly. Lucas partially wrapped his center console. He's saying it's taking forever for him to do it on his own, and I don't blame him because you want to get that thing perfect, spot on, no gaps. So you can see the actual difference between the piano black and the center console. I touched it once to open it, and my fingerprint immediately shows up. So it is a magnet for dust and fingerprints. You have some dust, you wipe it off, it's done, 0 fingerprints. I'm loving the new console. I think that's one of the biggest deals. I don't think there's a huge difference within the space and the size, except for the ports. So you'll notice here that we have 2 USB-C ports in the front part of the console. These USB-C ports, obviously that's the future. I have USB-A and the same space underneath, really. He does have an external wireless charger, a third-party wireless charger that he's been using. He has the Galaxy Note XL, or I can't remember, but I'll put it in the show notes below so you guys know exactly what phone he has. It's a big phone, much bigger than my own. It fits snug in the wireless charging. 2 USB-C ports for me in the rear seats, and before they're USB-A. That's really the only difference there. Nothing crazy. I didn't record the 2018 Model 3 all the way, so we're gonna pause it right here. And I just wanted to point out that where the 2 holes on the top where the bolts are, imagine it extends to those bolts. In the 2018 version, because this is the 2021, those are grocery sack handles, which is kind of a nice add-on, something that's missing from the 2021. Tell me what you guys think about this, but when I measure through the iPhone app, which is definitely not accurate to the point of measuring it with an actual tape measure, but the 2021 measures are closer to 29.5, and then when I measured it in the 2018, it measured closer to 26 inches, which is crazy. But let me know in the comments below what your guys' thoughts are. I'll throw up some videos too of just what it looks like when I take off the top vent. In the top vent area, it looks like where the intake is. I believe that's the intake. Don't quote me on that. It's a little bit smaller than the 2018. Lucas was awesome, by the way, for allowing me to use his car for this video. I want to give him a huge shout out because he washed it and detailed everything, and it looked really, really nice. He keeps that car in pristine condition, like most of the Tesla family does. They really respect their cars. So again, a huge shout out for him. Let's take it to the outro.
It's freaking great.
Do you like the car?
Yeah.
Well, hopefully you guys can see a pretty good comparison between the 2018 and the 2021. I've had a lot of comments of doing this comparison video. Hopefully, if I don't answer your questions, I can get somebody else or my good friend again to try and do it. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. Please give me a subscribe, turn on that notification bell. Everything you guys have done so far has been so helpful, and I really appreciate the love. But shoots, see you guys later.